Ram 6.7-litre Cummins diesel. Let's kick this off with the absolute best, and Ram's Cummins diesel deserves that top spot. The 6.7-litre Cummins produces 400 horsepower and a legendary 1,000 pound-feet of torque in standard configuration. And there's a reason Cummins owners are absolutely devoted to this engine. This thing is built like a tank with zero compromises. The architecture is robust, the engineering is proven, and the reliability reputation is earned through decades of real-world performance. When you're comparing truck engines across the market, the Cummins represents the gold standard for durability that truck owners talk about around campfires and job sites across the country. What Cummins delivers is durability that feels almost overbuilt compared to competitors. Now, these engines regularly surpass 300,000 miles with minimal issues when properly maintained, some even hitting 400,000 miles with just standard maintenance. The construction quality is evident immediately. Everything feels heavier and more substantial. Towing capability matches the competition at 35,000 plus pounds, but what Cummins does differently is feel less stressed doing it. The engine doesn't feel strained during extreme work, which matters both psychologically and mechanically. Fuel economy sits around 18 to 21 miles per gallon, which is respectable for a diesel of this displacement and capability. The downside, Cummins engines are heavy, and they weigh down the front end of Ram trucks noticeably, affecting ride quality. The engine runs louder and rougher at idle than Ford or Chevy, which bothers some owners. Turbo response is slightly delayed compared to newer competitors. However, if long-term reliability and durability are your primary concerns, if you value owning a truck that will run for 30 years instead of 10, Cummins delivers in ways that resonate with owners who drive trucks hard for decades. This is the engine for people who plan to own their truck until the wheels fall off and actually mean it. Chevrolet 6.6-litre Duramax diesel LY6. Coming in at number 2 is Chevy's 6.6-litre Duramax, and honestly, debating whether this should be number 1 versus the Cummins is where real truck conversations get interesting and passionate. This turbocharged powerhouse delivers 470 horsepower and a ridiculous 975 pound-feet of torque. Yes, you read that right. That number is genuinely game-changing for towing, and it's why contractors and serious truck users gravitate toward this platform enthusiastically. The L5P generation, which we're solidly into by 2026, refined everything that made earlier Duramax engines legendary, while fixing the issues people complained about for years. The torque delivery is what separates this from gasoline engines. It builds quickly and peaks at relatively low RPMs, making it feel effortless pulling heavy loads down the highway. Real-world towing numbers exceed 35,000 pounds when properly equipped, which is legitimately impressive for any truck work application. The engine manages emissions without sacrificing efficiency, and owners are regularly seeing 18 to 22 miles per gallon, even with significant towing. Build quality is excellent, and there's an enormous aftermarket supporting this platform. You can find tuned trucks making 600 plus horsepower and nearly 1,200 pound-feet of torque without major internal modifications. The downside, diesels are expensive to buy up front, typically running $12,000 to $15,000 more than comparable gasoline options. Maintenance costs are higher. Diesel fluid, filter changes, and potential emission system repairs add up over time. But if you're actually towing heavy regularly or using a truck for serious work, the Duramax justifies the premium through superior efficiency and proven capability. Ford 7.3-litre Godzilla gasoline engine. Now we're moving into naturally aspirated territory with Ford's 7.3-litre Godzilla, and it's genuinely impressive stuff. This is a pushrod V8 that pushes out 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque straight out of the factory. What makes this thing special is that it's purpose-built for trucks, not adapted from a sedan engine or previous generation architecture. The engineering here is clean and modern, with a cast iron block that can handle serious abuse and plenty of room for upgrades. For someone who doesn't want to deal with diesel complexity but wants legitimate V8 power, the Godzilla represents something genuinely special in the market right now. The real beauty of the Godzilla is its simplicity wrapped in power. You're getting old school, proven engineering combined with contemporary manufacturing standards. It can tow over 14,000 pounds in the newer F-Series, which is nothing to scoff at. Fuel economy sits around 19 to 21 miles per gallon highway, which is respectable for a naturally aspirated 7.3-litre engine. Plus, the aftermarket support is already crazy for a relatively new engine. People are easily hitting 500 plus horsepower with bolt-on modifications. Reliability-wise, early units have been rock solid, with no widespread issues reported through 2026. The main downside is price. You're paying a significant premium for the Godzilla over the smaller gasoline options. But if you want naturally aspirated American V8 grunt without diesel maintenance headaches and complex emission systems, this is legitimately the answer right now in the market. Toyota 3.5-litre twin-turbo 5.6. Gasoline Toyota's newer 3.5-litre twin-turbo V6 is an impressive entry that deserves serious consideration. It delivers approximately 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque, making it impressively powerful for a V6 platform. This represents Toyota's answer to domestic turbocharged efficiency, combining powerful performance with modern engineering standards. Real-world fuel economy ranges from 18 to 21 miles per gallon, which is solid for the power delivered. The engine feels sophisticated and modern, with smooth turbo integration that doesn't feel aggressive or harsh. What's interesting about the Toyota Turbo is the engineering quality and overall refinement. Toyota's reputation for reliability extends to this new platform, and early reports suggest solid durability through the first several years of ownership. Make the engine feel sophisticated and modern, delivering power smoothly across the RPM band. Towing capacity reaches approximately 14,000 pounds, depending on configuration, matching the Godzilla. Toyota owners appreciate the brand's track record for longevity, and this new engine appears positioned to maintain that reputation. However, it's early for long-term evaluation. This engine is relatively new in the 2026 timeframe, so definitive reliability assessments based on hundreds of thousands of miles don't yet exist. Repair costs through Toyota dealers are typically premium compared to domestic manufacturers. The engine is complex, which could mean higher service costs if issues develop. But based on initial reports and Toyota's historical reliability reputation, this engine appears genuinely competent for buyers who value Japanese engineering. Ford 3.5-litre EcoBoost twin-turbo V6. Ford's 3.5-litre EcoBoost twin-turbo represents a genuinely innovative approach to truck power. It delivers 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque from just 3.5 litres of displacement. This is remarkable engineering. You're getting turbocharged power that rivals much larger displacement engines while consuming significantly less fuel. Real-world fuel economy ranges from 18 to 22 miles per gallon, depending on driving conditions, which is exceptional for a truck engine producing this kind of power. The EcoBoost philosophy is efficiency without sacrifice. You get adequate towing capacity, around 13,500 pounds, quick acceleration, and genuinely modern performance characteristics. So the engine uses direct injection and advanced turbo technology to deliver power smoothly across the RPM band. Reliability has been solid through multiple generations, with no widespread major issues reported. The driving experience is refined, smooth, responsive, and quick rather than diesel grunt-based. For daily driving and occasional towing, this engine offers an intelligent compromise between power and efficiency that appeals to practical buyers. Downsides exist, turbos add complexity, and if something fails outside warranty, repair costs climb quickly. Turbo lag at low RPMs isn't severe, but exists compared to naturally aspirated or diesel engines. The engine generates less absolute torque than diesel options, so heavy-duty towing feels more strained. However, if fuel economy and refined power matter more than maximum towing, and the EcoBoost is genuinely clever engineering that delivers real-world benefits. Chevrolet 6.2-litre gasoline 5.8. Chevrolet's 6.2-litre gasoline V8 produces 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, making it a naturally aspirated beast that appeals to enthusiasts who want power without diesel maintenance. This is an aluminum block V8 with proven reliability across multiple generations in various Chevrolet trucks and SUVs. The engine feels energetic and responsive, delivering power linearly across the RPM band without turbo lag complications. It's a straightforward gasoline performer. Real-world appeal of the 6.2-litre is about straightforward performance. You're getting impressive power with gasoline simplicity. Fuel economy sits around 18 to 20 miles per gallon highway, which is respectable for naturally aspirated V8 power. Towing capacity reaches approximately 13,000 pounds depending on setup, making it adequate for moderate towing applications. The engine is robust and handles aftermarket modifications well. People regularly push these past 500 horsepower with bolt-on upgrades. Maintenance costs are reasonable compared to diesel, and any mechanic can work on it. The realistic assessment, the 6.2 litre, is powerful but doesn't match diesel torque or towing capability. It's primarily a performance-oriented gasoline option rather than a practical work truck engine. Fuel economy trails modern diesels and turbocharged options. The cost premium over smaller gasoline engines is significant, making it primarily attractive to people who prioritise driving dynamics and power over practical towing capacity. It's an excellent choice if you want truck capability plus genuine performance. Ford 5.0 litre, Coyote V8 gasoline. Ford's 5.0 litre Coyote gasoline V8 delivers 395 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque from its naturally aspirated 5.0 litre displacement. This is a performance-focused engine that prioritises power delivery and responsiveness rather than maximum efficiency. The Coyote has a reputation among enthusiasts for being an excellent foundation for modifications. These engines respond well to tuning and regularly see 500+ horsepower with reasonable modifications. It's genuinely one of the most fun gasoline engines available in modern trucks. The appeal is visceral. This engine sounds great, feels powerful, and performs with genuine enthusiasm. Real-world fuel economy ranges from 17 to 20 miles per gallon, which is acceptable for the performance delivered. Towing capacity sits around 12,000 pounds, making it adequate for moderate hauling. The engine generates less vibration at idle compared to some competitors, and the overall driving experience feels refined and energetic. Reliability has been solid through multiple truck generations, with no widespread issues reported. This engine appeals to people who enjoy driving their truck as much as using it. The realistic assessment, the Coyote prioritizes performance and driving dynamics over maximum efficiency or towing capacity. It's more expensive than the base 5.3 litre Chevy engine, while offering comparable towing ability. Fuel economy is decent, but trails turbocharged options. However, if you want a gasoline engine that's genuinely fun to drive, one that sounds good and responds enthusiastically, the Coyote delivers genuine character. On Dodge Ram 5.7 litre Hemi V8 gasoline, Dodge's 5.7 litre Hemi V8 is a gasoline option that deserves attention in the heavy-duty pickup segment. It produces 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, which is solid gasoline power that doesn't require diesel complexity. This engine has been refined across multiple generations, so you're getting proven architecture with contemporary manufacturing standards. The Hemi represents a middle ground between raw performance and practical usability. The appeal is straightforward. You get V8 power without diesel maintenance, relatively affordable ownership, and good fuel economy for the capability. Real-world towing sits around 13,000 to 14,000 pounds, depending on configuration, which handles most consumer needs. The Hemi is known for smooth, quiet operation, with no diesel clatter, and no emission system complexity, just straightforward gasoline power. Maintenance is inexpensive compared to diesel, and any mechanic can service it. The aftermarket support is massive, because these engines appear in numerous vehicles. However, it's important to be honest, the Hemi doesn't match diesel torque or towing capability. You're trading absolute performance for simplicity and affordability. These engines also don't achieve the fuel economy of newer diesels, expect 16 to 19 miles per gallon realistically. Some owners report that the previous generation Hemi suffered from occasional exhaust valve deposit issues, though this was largely addressed in newer versions. The Hemi is perfect if you need a truck for occasional towing and prefer uncomplicated gasoline power, but serious towing applications require stepping up to diesel. The Chevrolet 5.3 litre Ecotec 3 V8 gasoline. Chevrolet's 5.3 litre Ecotec 3 V8 is the standard power plant for most Chevy trucks, producing 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. This naturally aspirated aluminum V8 has been refined continuously, representing mature, proven technology that's reliable and straightforward. The real-world appeal is practical. Adequate power for general truck duties, good fuel economy around 18 to 21 miles per gallon highway, and towing capacity around 11,500 pounds depending on configuration. It's the workhorse engine of the truck world, and for good reason. The Ecotec 3 philosophy balances performance and efficiency through advanced engine management, variable valve timing, and lightweight aluminum construction throughout. These engines are known for longevity. Many examples surpass 200,000 miles without significant issues or major repairs. Maintenance is inexpensive, and any mechanic can service them competently. The aftermarket support is massive because these engines appear across multiple Chevy platforms, so performance parts are plentiful and affordable. For someone wanting a truck that handles general hauling and towing without paying premium prices, the 5.3-litre delivers exactly what it promises. However, it's worth being honest, it's not the most exciting engine, and performance trails other options on this list. Towing capacity is adequate, but not impressive compared to diesel or larger displacement gasoline engines. Real-world towing feels acceptable rather than effortless. The engine generates noticeable vibration at idle compared to more refined options. But for practical truck owners wanting reliability without premium cost, the 5.3-litre Ecotec 3 succeeds at delivering sensible power, decent efficiency, and proven durability that lasts. It's the foundation of Chevy's truck lineup for good reason.